But JTK, right-hander, 3/10 of a second up, is a purple in that middle sector. Now around the double left-hander. Is there any more time in this one for AMS JTK? The man who we thought maybe could challenge after a fantastic first few races when he returned. It's been pretty promising. It's good to see him back fighting at the top. But JTK, final 2 corners, quick left-hander onto the curb on the exit. Now accelerating all the way down to the final corner. Left-hander take a bit of curb. It's pretty flat down there. But still the DRS to the line improves by 3/10, but cannot improve position. Now next on the queue, Raxi. He's not going to be improving. So this is a chance for Thunderino to take away and snatch away the championship leaders. Point difference. Can he grab pole position and do an upset once again at the top of the time? To the line, he cannot. So it's going to be Raxi who takes pole position once again in FZR Tier 1. It's a 29.9 and it's 2/10 clear at the top. Raxi on pole at Cota. For the 9th time of asking, here at the Circuit of the Americas, it's lights out, and away we go. Raxi gets away well, alongside Thunderino, heading up to turn 1. It's going to be Raxi who takes lead. Can Thunderino get his nose down? It's still side by side. Thunderino pushing him to the outside line. Can he make a move? I don't think he can, as JTK makes a mistake behind. He's wobbled, and he's now behind Phoenix, and Nicky Robbo is trying to fight this one, though. Phoenix still side by side and pulls ahead. Lovely move from Phoenix to take the lead, to take that place in P5. Raxi still leading. Thunderino only 2/10 behind, obviously following with the dirty air early on and in the first sector. It's pretty tricky, but if he can keep it until lap 2, I'm sure we're going to have some back-to-back moves, but it's nice so far from Raxi, who keeps the lead. And Thunderino, he's trying to get his nose in, trying to make a move, but so far nothing paying off for him. But so far it's been a lovely start from the top 2. Voices Luva in P3 and Nicky Robbo in P4 still, as Phoenix down past JTK in P5. JTK with a poor start. Liam Doherty still in P7, and it is Antonio Bove who's got himself up to P8, and Nanu, Ben Huskins. But so far, Raxi still need this one in behind. I think that's the RB of Sneaky Guy. He's getting overtaken by Ben Huskins. It's not been an ideal start for him, as Nivek is also putting him under pressure. He's looking to score points here in FZR Tier 1. And Nanu, he's making a move on that guy, Mr. Antonio Bove. He's still going side by side as Ben Huskins. He's also trying to make a move on Nanu, as Larry is our first retiree and causes a safety car early on. And there we go. Let's see if we can catch it. If it's a crash, is it's on the exit of the next corner here. As no, it's gone. So it's safety car on lap 1. As Raxi is going to lead that one. Is anyone going to come in for an early stop? It's going to be Ben Huskins. He's gone for the gamble, as he's went on the medium, so he's going to go for the hards to the end of the Grand Prix. So 3 pit stop for Ben Huskins, and let's see if we can catch the back of the train. Let's see if this pays off for him. He's went off on another set of mediums. I think that's a mistake. Slowly going round the penultimate corner. When's he going to put his foot down? When's he going to go? It's gone now, just before the final corner. And there he goes, above Thunderino, who's actually got his matchy start, and he's only 3.5 behind. So can he try and make a move early on, up to turn 1? And Raxi already pulling out is Thunderino in the slipstream, but so far cannot make a move. Anyone behind? I don't think so. Everyone's keeping nicely set. Ben Huskins, he's going for a move on Johnny Politics. He's making his way back through the grid on the medium compounder tyres. He's already pitted, but still needs to stop again to get the allocated tyre slot of 2 separate tyre compounds. But so far, Raxi got away pretty well. Keeps Thunderino at bay, as he's now heading through turn 8, turn 9, and turn 10. And Thunderino looking to make that impact. On the straight we go. It's a decent exit from Raxi, but still Thunderino with that overhaul speed, with the slipstream, with that DRS, and flying through, pulling out the slipstream. There goes Thunderino. Instant impact. The new race leader, and it's that man who we've been focusing on all season long. Thunderino, the man who can take it to Raxi at the top of the times and at the top overall. He's taken the lead of the Grand Prix. Max says he needs more practice. Unlucky, mate. You can come back again, and sure, you could fight for it soon enough, maybe in Tier 2 as well. Keep your eye out for that one. But Thunderino versus Raxi versus Voitas Luva, who's still in that DRS. Hickey always struggling to keep on the back of Voitas Luva. Needs to close in the final section, going a bit wide there is Thunderino, maybe pushing a bit too hard in the final sector. Raxi is in the race leader. That's soon going to be changed when that DRS opens for Thunderino. He flies through on the inside line, and it's Chrissy Spilakoris who takes the lead of the Grand Prix so far. Ikirobbo, he's also going for a double move on Phoenix and JTK. He's still side by side. These two getting their elbows out. Phoenix going to the inside line once again. It's outside line for Ikirobbo. Can he keep it? Can he hold it around the outside? It's Phoenix, the former champion, versus Ikirobbo, the up-and-coming driver. But Ikirobbo stays ahead and gets ahead. It's been a nice move there for Ikirobbo to keep it on Phoenix and on JTK. It was nice at turn 12, but losing crucial time to the front three. So these guys are going to be fighting out for themselves for the rest of the Grand Prix. But nice move from Ikirobbo. Can he keep him behind? And that's the question. But on the back of that, no mistakes being made. Otherwise, Nanu and Antonio Bove will close in even more. At the top of the times, it's Raxi who makes the move. Follow race lead once again, pulls ahead very nicely of Thunderino, and both swapping positions once again. But here behind, a double overtaken to the inside line goes JTK. Round the outside is Phoenix. Who's going to take this one? It's going to be JTK with another double move, lap by lap. Last time it was Ikirobbo. This time it's JTK. Phoenix and JTK get past Ikirobbo and dispatch him to take back P4. It's lovely from JTK. Can he try and get away from this fight and push on, try and close into Voiters Luva? The gas 3.4. It's going to be a very tricky task, but it's a lovely move from JTK. Can at least keep P4 today. But at the minute, that was a lovely camera angle. I've actually just missed that one out. But so far, I've got an aerial cannon. That's a big slide from JTK. It's going to affect him as he comes on the route down to turn number 11 in the braking zone. Phoenix going to close in a little bit more. Down to the inside goes Liam Doherty. Can he make the move on that man? Ikirobbo, he's lost 3 positions now in the last few laps. Can he fight back at least to try and keep his place from Liam Doherty? Raxi takes the race lead, but it's Liam Doherty. Phoenix going for a move on JTK. Liam Doherty also, is he going to time to the inside? JTK to the inside he goes. It's a kick Salby Smesser, massive slide from Liam Doherty, and actually holds up Ikirobbo as well. Ikirobbo just lets him through as he knows he's losing too much time to the pack ahead. But big slide from Liam Doherty. Tried to go for a move on JTK, has to, you know, keep it at bay and not go for that move, and stays behind JTK, but keeps ahead of Ikirobbo. That's 1 place gained, and now surely can fight and take the fight to JTK and Phoenix out the top. In the background, Phoenix, JTK and Liam Doherty all got to go for these moves once again. It's going to be JTK who gets past Phoenix. Liam Doherty, can he make an impact? I don't think he can, but in behind is Nanu going to the inside line on Antonio Bove. It's a nice move from him, and he gets through. So that's a lovely move from the McLaren to pull ahead of the Alpine and into P8. So McLaren running well in P5 and P8. Good points for them. Aston Martin, obviously, a great driver pairing of Raxi and JTK P1 and P4. In the pit lane comes Voiters Luva. He's going to come in for a fresh set of harder compound tyres. Coming in also is Liam Doherty, Ikirobbo and Nanu. And yeah, joining them is this man, Voiters Luva. All 4 come into the pit lane. Let's see if Ben Huskins has done an undercut on any of the guys in his pack. He'll be looking at the likes of Nanu to come out of, but we'll see if he can do it. As coming out of the pit lane is Voiters Luva in P6. Where's Ben Huskins though? Coming to the final corner, and Nanu is still in the pit box. Let's see if he's done it closing at least to the McLaren. Is coming down the main straight he goes. Ben Huskins is going to fly through in the Mercedes with the tyre offset 2 laps earlier and flies ahead, and Nanu down to P13. But Thunderino's pace is definitely laying the race compared to qualifying. Coming to the pit lane. There he goes. Thunderino flying into the pit lane as Raxi has opted to stay out. Interesting move. So, might be a bit more of an undercut for Thunderino. Let's see if he can get over a second. That'd be good for Thunderino. Not ideal for Raxi. So, let's see if it pays off for him as Ty also going round again, I think, on the exit of turn number 9. But let's see where it comes out then. Should be ahead of Voiters Luva as the gap was about 2 or 3 seconds. Let's see if Voiters Luva has been able to do an undercut. As there he goes in the Ferrari. As yeah, just enough to get through on Voiters Luva. Still made quite a big inroad there. So yeah, to do enough of an undercut, Raxi might be under pressure from Voiters Luva, and that'll be Voiters Luva's only hope really on this first outlap or second outlap for Voiters Luva. On the fresher, harder compound tyres, Phoenix might as well stay out, go for a bit of an offset strategy to try and do something in this Grand Prix. But now let's see where Voiters Luva can come out. Can he come out ahead of Raxi? There goes Raxi at the end of the pit lane. Here comes Voiters Luva. It's going to be close coming into turn 1. And with the fresher tyres and with the heated up tyres, can Voiters Luva try and close in and make a move? He's going to be easily in DRS. So down the main straight and coming into turn number 12, can he try and make a move? As he heads through the Weavy Sector 1. Very satisfying to get right, but in that Ferrari, can he close in on that Aston Martin to make that move and get ahead and throw an upset and throw a curveball in the system. And now half race distance. Can Raxi try and keep ahead of Vojtěch, or can Vojtěch try and make a move down to turn number 12? The gap is 7/10 of a second. Can he get a good enough exit, good enough traction? Raxi is looked pretty stable out there, so using that DRS and using that overtake to close in that little bit more is going to be Vojtěch. Can he try and fling his nose in? I don't think he can. I don't think it's going to be close enough. As we get to turn 12, it's going to be a huge dive. Yeah, Vojtěch not going to make it, as it's a bit of a drift there from Raxi. But yeah, so far, Thunderino in that gap by about 1.6 seconds to Raxi in behind. These guys swapping positions, Liam Doherty and Nicky Robbo. Phoenix finally comes into pit, and let's see where he comes out. But these two, as he gets that rear wing wide open once again, Raxi sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Let's see where Phoenix comes out in the likes of Ben Huskins. It's right on board with Ben Huskins as he's coming around the final two corners with Guy Freeleg. Right head. Oh, that's a big slide for Ben Huskins as Nanu makes a move going into the final corner. Don't see many moves around there, but it's a huge mistake from Ben Huskins, and that might allow Phoenix to take the place. But Guy Freeleg, has he been able to close it enough going into turn one? I don't think he can. So Phoenix has found that gap between the Mercedes and the Kick Sauber. It's about 3.6 seconds, so that's a big inroad to climb. Can Phoenix do it? The former champion, season 7 champion Phoenix, as one of the greater champions, I'd say. I like Phoenix. He's been very consistent over the years. He's always in that top 5 fight, and he's a great guy as well. We love Phoenix. As I think he might have done it. It's going to be close, actually. There's JTK, and here's the McLaren, who will loom very large in the mirrors once he gets the car rotated. Here he is, JTK versus Phoenix, as flying through the first sector. I'm sure Phoenix might be able to make that instant impact and try and get through on the fresh hard compound tyres, but JTK on the fresh mediums with that bit of extra grip, when he gets them warmed up, I'm sure he might be able to fly away. But here we go then, JTK, he's going to try and make this move surely in the DRS. Can he close in enough to try and at least get Icky Robbo or get Liam Doherty as well as we head on the route down to turn number 12 in the braking zone? He gets past Icky Robbo, so does Liam Doherty on the exit. Actually pulling side by side with Liam Doherty. It's the darker green, British racing green car. Go for a switcheroo on Liam Doherty. It's a huge move. It's a brake move. It's a fantastic move from JTK, who flies through on the Kick Sauber. That is ideal for the strategy, and he's up into 4th place. He can now focus on getting his head down and pulling away from this pack. The gap already 5 turns, but it's fantastically judged from the Aston Martin and the former race winner, JTK, back up to P4 on a better strategy. And yeah, ideal stuff for JTK. That's exactly where it needs to be to get the upper hand on Liam Doherty and Nicky Robbo. Phoenix is now out of DRS, so struggling to stay with JTK, but has the tyre offset, so I'm confident in him to get through. Oh no! Liam Doherty is round. The big Scottish man who loves an iron brew is round, and that is not ideal in the double left-hander, and that puts him down to P7. Phoenix going to be buzzing with that one. I'll tell you what, in behind, look who it is. It's Mr. Antonio Bove. He's going to try a move going down the inside of Liam Doherty, and Liam Doherty has joined this pack for P7. Nicely taken up by Antonio Bove, making that move once again into the pit lane. He's got wing damage as well, so that's race over for Liam Doherty, who was fighting for P4, and now all the way to the back end. Liam fans in the chat, aka Larry, is not happy with that one at all. That's his race absolutely over. I tell you who's going to be buzzing with this, Antonio Bove. He's going to have the upper hand in the championship, so yeah, lovely stuff from himself in the Alpine. But Phoenix, he's going for a move on Icky Robbo. He's going to fly to the inside line. It's a bit easier for him as Liam Doherty's out of the equation. But the McLaren Mercedes, has got a Mercedes power unit, has got through on the RB, the V-Carb. Racing Bulls. What do they go by now? Is it still Visa Cash Out Racing Bulls, or is it just Racing Bulls? Are they still V-Carb? I don't know. Whatever people want to call them. As we've got a move here with Guy Freeleg and Mr. Antonio Bove. Once again, Guy Freeleg in P7 and Antonio Bove in P8, and Ben Huskins in P9. Nanu P10, that is your order for the final few points positions. Raxi closing in at the top of the times and trying to make a move into turn 1. Is he going to try and go for a move? Antonio Bove, Nanu trying to defend from Guy Freeleg. Oh, that's Guy Freeleg going round, having a big moment at turn 1. That's denied him of any point scoring opportunity in the final 6 laps. So yeah, that's him out of it, and Lumi Nenche is going to be buzzing with that one. How that's panned out for him, I don't know if there's a bit of collision though at turn 1. that may have got Guy Freeleg out of it. But yeah, still, he might be able to sort of score points with the penalties applied from the guys ahead. But Ben Huskins, now the man leading this pack to Nanu, and then Bove down to P9, and Nenchev obviously still on the back of the train in P10, and he's running well as well, saying he was in P11, but still no penalties for him. So at the moment, could be a fantastic result for Mr. Ljubomir Nenchev. But here goes Nanu. He has got a penalty, but he gets through on Ben Huskins, and so does Antonio Bove. Ben Huskins absolutely nowhere on the straight line compared to these guys with that DRS. And Nanu defending from Antonio Bove and going for the move is Ben Huskins. Can he go for a switch back? Oh, Nanu, all round the outside of Antonio Bove. They're still side by side. It's Mercedes versus Alpine, and now to the inside line, it is Ben Huskins, and it's a fantastic move from the Husky do to get through. As he was dominant last week in Britain, and he's done it so many times this season where he leads the Grand Prix and just takes it from there. But this week, it's been a bit different. Funderino's been there all race long. He's been leading most of this race as well. And I tell you what, he's going to get the best line of traction as well as we head on the route down to turn number 11. And he's already nearly going for a move in turn number 11. Can he go for a dive here? I don't think he can. He's going to stay behind, as he's going to have that DRS all the way up to turn number 12. Who's going to take this one? Is it going to be Funderino? As Raxi seems way too close. He's going to get that DRS wide open. He's surely going to pull ahead in the Aston Martin. Round the outside, he's going to take that line, but I don't think it's going to matter anyways. Funderino in behind. He has to settle for P2. That's a yellow flag ahead. I think that's Johnny Politics in P13. But Raxi takes the lead of the Grand Prix, and surely going to take this one to the line. Les Funderino can throw a curveball in the final sector. It's going to the inside line. Can he go for a move in the Alpine? I don't think he can. That allows Raxi to gain even more. Not just in this race, but at the top of the championship. Round the final two corners, he now comes to take it home in the Aston Martin. It's not ideal for the Alpine or Funderino, whose gap is even more extended. But Raxi, another fantastic run race, and across the line he goes to take another win here in FZrracingleague Tier 1 and extends his lead at the top of the championship to 28 points. That's exactly what he needs with 2 or 3 rounds to go, should I say. And Raxi, beautiful drive, exactly what I needed. That's another race win. Okay, that's pretty good for the highlights. This will all be irrelevant now. I'll say what, it won't be irrelevant between these lot low. As Nanu comes across the line, it's going to be Bove and Nanu in that order. Then Ben Huskins, who takes P7, and dropping to the back, Nenchev, he only gets past Nanu into P9. So Antonio Bove takes P8. Good stuff from him. And that's a good result. That's exactly what he needs over Liam Doherty, who doesn't finish today. Both kick Saubers out of this one. But yeah, nice one from Raxi today. Good stuff. 28 points clear out the top of the championship. And yeah, all to play for still. All to play for in the championship. Funderino needs a good race next time out. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens there.